How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody in America, in the United States of America. And how's everybody doing in Mexico? God bless my country, Mexico, and God bless the United States of America. Before I advance, I want to ask a quick question to everybody. If the sound is good, and if you guys can hear me now, questions, please. I will answer them as soon as I finish. So please, can you hold on to the questions as soon as I finish? Now, what I want to know is if you guys can hear me well, and I can start. Before I start, because we've been having problems with the volume and also with our communication between you guys. So I just want to ask right now to the audience if sound is good. Sound is good. Good evening to everybody. Hi, I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and for America's Voice. How's everybody doing? And this is a caravan update. As we've been getting information from several contacts that we have in Tapachula, also Carlos Mejia Lopez from ATN Noticias in Tapachula. What has been happening, as I did a video earlier today explaining that supposedly the African caravan was not moving because they felt threatened, and they felt that somebody was threatening them, and they felt that, you know, the government was going to stop them and then deport them to their maiden country or to Guatemala. From there, they can move out, and it's on their own how they're going to move from Guatemala to, you know, their country where they coming from. Now, a caravan deployed, the word, today, and they started their journey up to Huixtla. I have a map right here on my back to explain several points and where they're trying to get at, so you guys can understand how the caravan is going to move, or how the caravan is trying to move. Now, the National Guard, thank God, the National Guard is doing a great job right now on stopping them, and they're doing as much as they can to stop them. That is their obligation, to protect the Mexican citizens and to stop all of these people from moving forward irregularly and illegally because they don't have the visa of transit to move in our country. They don't have that little ID that says you are good to move from point C to point A. They don't have that. So if they don't have that, they cannot move. What has been happening? The National Guard has been containing the caravan on certain parts that they're moving. After the caravan realizes that on the particular streets, it is the government and the immigration officials that they are stopping the caravan, they're moving through ranches around. They're trying to pull around. The National Guard already is noticed that they're moving around the main highways, and they're going into the jungle to capture these irregular migrants. Now, we're going to have in a few moments, Carlos Mejia Lopez is sleeping right now. He's so tired. He's been on the day giving the news and giving me updates of what is going on in Tapachula. That caravan is led by activists that they are connected to a lot of activists in the United States. Luis Villagrán and Bartolo Fuentes. Luis Villagrán and Bartolo Fuentes, they are known to be leftist activists, hardcore leftist activists. They are known from the last caravan, and again, they are known in this caravan that they're organizing, and they are posting constantly on their pages that they are being attacked by the National Guard. Now, what is the most important thing that we need to know right now? After we are going to get in a phone call with another Mexican nationalist, independent journalist right now, that is Beto Alfa. Beto Alfa I've been in his program. He has more than 90,000 followers in YouTube. I will have him on the phone in a few minutes so he can give us an update in Spanish, and I will translate for you guys in English. He also has contacts in Tapachula, and he has contacts in Guatemala. So we will ask him on a live video what is going on and what is happening over there in Tapachula so he can tell us correctly. Now, the National Guard is trying to control them. The National Guard is trying to detain them. And for the first time, they're doing a great job, I can say. They're not carrying guns. They're only carrying those long sticks that officers have and the shields. That's the only thing that they're carrying, and they're pushing them back because of all these migrants. They know that they are going to get deported immediately as they are detained. Now, the map looks really far away, but I will try to explain. All of this that is in red, all of this is Chiapas. All of this that is in all of this is Chiapas. All of this. This state right here on the corner is Oaxaca. Now, you see the red dots. All right? You see the red dots. First red dot right here on the bottom is Ciudad Hidalgo. That is where I've been at. That is what Ben Bergquan has been at. And that is where we have crossed in the water rafts. This connects to Guatemala right here. This red dot. This is where the caravan started. Now, they are trying to move to Huehuetan. This is where they're getting stopped, in Huehuetan. That is the second spot. This is the second spot where they're getting stopped. Now, it's around 40 to 48 kilometers that they have walked, or between 42 and 48 kilometers. That is what they told me. Now, where are they trying to get? The next immigration center, it's in Huixtla, right here in Huixtla. It's the third point. Why are they trying to get to Huixtla? So they can demand the visa of transit over there in Huixtla. Now, the caravan apparently is getting dismantled right now. As I told you later on, I need to put another red dot right here. This right here, the caravan is being dismantled right now, as of right now. Why? Because a lot of them, they don't have the visa of transit. They don't have it. So if they get detained by the immigration officers or by the National Guard, they're going to get deported. So they're pushing them back so they can go back to the immigration center of Siglo XXI, all the way down here. So they're pushing them from right here, point B, to point A. This is A, B, and they're trying to get to C. Now, the other one that they're trying to get, and if they get there, we're going to have a little problems. If they get to Mapastepec, right here, that is point D, right here. If they get to Mapastepec, we have a problem. They've been having a lot of problems. That is where they burned a federal building, right here in Mapastepec. Now, there's another federal building that they burned, and if they get released from Mapastepec, it's really difficult to stop them. So they're going to get all the way to right here, Oaxaca. That is another point of transportation, and where there are a lot of these activists and a lot of these transportation buses waiting for them. That is San Pedro Tapanatepec. That is exactly in Oaxaca. So what is the strategy? The strategy for the National Guard is to, apparently this is the strategy, let them walk, let them get tired, stop them right here in Huehuetan, right here in point B, let them walk, let them get tired, stop them right here in Huehuetan, push them back as they are tired and exhausted, push them back to Siglo XXI. Now, the caravan, Bartolo Fuentes and Luis Villagrán, what are they trying to get to, and where are they trying to get to? They're trying to get to past Huehuetan, and they are trying to pass it now through ranches into the jungle, as they are trying to go in to Motocintla. Motocintla, it's a lot of there's a lot of it's a lot of jungle over there. It's really difficult to get people. They can easily blend in, and they can easily, with the fog, they can easily hide. So they are trying to hide to Motocintla. Motocintla, it's on the top of Huehuetan. It's on the top of Huehuetan. So they're trying to go around Huehuetan so they can hit Motocintla, and then they can go down to Huixtla. That is where we don't want them there. Why? Because that is another immigration center where they can stay and they can camp out and do exactly the same strategy and the same pattern that Pueblo Sin Fronteras has been doing. What is their main purpose? San Pedro Tapanatepec, all the way up here. All the way up here. That is their main purpose, and that is where we don't want them to be. We want them to stop them right here in Huehuetan, push them back to Ciudad Hidalgo, make them stay there until they get their visa of transit, and until they are legally to be over here. And if they're not, push them all the way up to Guatemala. So they will understand that they need to carry a visa of transit so they can move from point A, Ciudad Hidalgo, to point B, Huehuetan, to point C, Huixtla, that is the other immigration center, to point D, Mapastepec, that is where they burned a federal building, and so they can move to point E, that is San Pedro Tapanatepec, Oaxaca, that is where the other immigration center is at. We need to stop them from going to every immigration center, from immigration to immigration center. Why? The reason why is pretty logic, people, and it's real easy to understand. It's real easy to understand. If we let them move, for the people that they're just joining, hi, I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. I am explaining on this map that you see from far away where the caravan is at and how they're moving. I just explained for everybody, this is the state of Chiapas. Right here in the corner on this one, it's Oaxaca. This is where we don't want them to be. Now, tomorrow, I will get a map of the ports on how they're getting through the sea that I already explained more than 8 months ago, how they were getting through to the biggest port and probably in Central America, that is Veracruz, that is in our country, Mexico. That port has enormous entrance of containers and merchandise from Asia, from the Middle East, from all parts of the world. So, but for now, this is where the caravan started. Ciudad Hidalgo, point A. They are stopped right now in Huehuetan. That is where they're trying to stop them. And because they are trying to stop them right now at that particular point right here in point B, they're jumping through the jungle and they're running through the woods and through certain ranches. And this is Motocintla. They're trying to go like this, go around it. So they will land on Huixtla. That is point C right here. Huixtla is where they have another immigration center. From there, they're trying to move to Mapastepec. That is the exact route and the same pattern that they've been using. Now, I want you guys to Google two names, and I want you guys to we need to help each other. What is the thing that we need to help each other? Bartolo Fuentes, Luis Villagrán. I will post those two names on my page so you guys can Google those people and follow those people. Those are the gigantic coyotes from Central America. And those are the gigantic coyotes from Central America that they are trying to push the caravan. Let me talk to Beto Alfa Noticias right now as he's giving me an update. But he's having communication problems as I am messaging with him. He has direct contact with people also in Tapachula that they're giving him information. So, waiting in a second to see if he can communicate with me. Luis Villagrán from Mexico, yes. Luis Villagrán from Mexico and Bartolo Fuentes from Honduras. Now, two things that they are really important for everybody to know. And we need to clear things up before I get in the phone call with Beto Alfa Noticias to give an update on the caravan and what is really going on the caravan. Now, this is the number one thing. A lot of Americans and a lot of U.S. citizens and a lot of United States citizens, they don't understand what is going on. They really don't understand. They're going right now on my page and blaming everything on Mexico. They're blaming everything on Mexico. They don't understand that this is an agenda from the 2030 New World Order that is pushed by leftist parties, organizations, socialists, and activists and anarchists across the globe. It is the fault of Mexico for signing the International Pact of Immigration that it is pushed by the United Nations and by Soros. Everybody knows that. But I need for everybody that is going into my page and is misinformed of what is happening in our city, and who are the people that they're pushing for all of this socialist open border agenda, not only for Mexico, but for the United States. I'm having a lot of problems with people to understand in the United States that the United States is not a saint in this. It's not a saint. From you being a Republican and a Democrat, there is a humongous difference, people. But they are American. They were born in the United States. And the ones that they're pushing for this agenda and for this open border agenda, it's the Democrat Socialist Party. That they are in America. That they are in America. Now, for everybody to know, we are getting activists, these new people that they're going in my page. I need to explain to you. We are getting activists from the United States that they're coming over here illegally to my country of Mexico and instigating and motivating the caravan so they can push the agenda socialist into your country. More specific and more simple for you guys to understand, these activists from your country, America, they are trafficking people to the United States. Americans are trafficking people to the United States. These all socialists, all liberals, all Democrats. You guys need to understand, because there was a specific person blaming that is the responsibility of Mexico to stop Americans from coming in. And it's the responsibility of Mexico to stop people from coming into the United States. So the United States, my question is, the United States they're not going to do anything about it, right? So the United States is clean about every sin. The United States, it's not a sinner. The United States is not committed no crime. And the United States Democrat Party, because it's a Democrat and the socialist people, they're not doing anything. They're a saint. It's all Mexico's fault. No, understand what is happening. And if you don't realize what is happening, this is not the page for you. It's not the fit for you. Why? Because we are about what is the real reality and what is happening right now. What is happening right now. And it's all a globalist agenda for you guys to understand. A globalist agenda, a global world, the whole planet. And a lot of American people from the Democrat Party, from the socialists, from a lot of leftists, anarchists like Antifa, like Caravan Support Network, like Border Support Network, like BAM, like all these organizations, they are communists, they are socialists, they are American, and they are pushing this agenda in my country, and they are working illegally. Lawyers like Al Otro Lado, organization from lawyers from America that they're stationed over here in Mexico. Your question is, why is the Mexican government not doing anything about it? Because my government right now is socialist, and it's the same agenda. It's not the Mexican people, it's the Mexican government. Get it through your head. But not because the Mexican government is the one that is pushing this agenda means that the United States wants it, doesn't it? So why are activists from the United States in my country illegally? Because they're working together. It's the same agenda. These are the ones that they're instigating and motivating people. They're motivating people to cross illegally to the United States. This is a thing that you guys should know. You guys should educate that. You should educate yourselves on what is really happening. And the United States of America, not all Americans, the Democrat Party, the ones that they want socialism, the ones that they don't want Trump to be re-elected, the ones that they are anarchists like Antifa and all these organizations, they are the ones that they want globalism, that they are supporting coyotes and organizations. May I remind you, people that they're on my page speaking about this, may I remind you that the organization much bigger that they're trafficking people and they're pushing this globalist agenda is in Chicago, that is called Pueblo Sin Fronteras. Pueblo Sin Fronteras, that is directed by Irineo Mujica. That is one of the biggest traffickers in the world. It's not only in the United States. He's a Mexican American citizen. And Pueblo Sin Fronteras, it's across the globe. They're trafficking people. An organization that is stationed in Chicago in the United States of America. So, for you to open your mouth and say incoherent things about Mexico, we already know that we signed the International Pact of Immigration. But we know that there's ties between the Democrat Party and the government of Mexico. Peña Nieto, our last president, having a really great relationship with Trudeau, with Barack Obama, with Nancy Pelosi, having great relationship with those people. AMLO, having the governor of Baja California, Bonilla, having a great relationship with Gavin Newsom. AMLO, having a phenomenal and great relationship with Maduro from Venezuela, going to the Foro of Sao Paulo. You guys need to read that. You guys need to read that so you guys will understand what is really happening. What is really happening? It's not just the government of Mexico. Stop it. It's ourselves together. Stop globalism. This is globalism. Globalism. It's not just Mexico and the United States. It's globalism. It's happening in Europe. It's happening in Africa. It was happening in France. France got invaded. Italy got invaded. Spain got invaded. Germany got invaded. It's happening across the globe. It's globalism. Get it through your head. There's people that are globalists. You guys need to understand what is really happening. So, without being said, hopefully I clear myself to a lot of people that they're on my page and they don't understand that it's not only Mexico's responsibility to stop these Americans from coming, but it's the United States also that is responsible for these leftist activists. They need to be held accountable for treason for their own country and also to be put as a federal crime to be a human trafficker and to be trafficking people from Mexico to the United States being an American. It's illogical that people don't understand that the United States government also needs to put a lot of effort to detain these people from coming over here. There's a lot of activists that they are red flag. They already got their passport red flag. They can't cross to the United States anymore. They are over here. They are over here in Mexico. They are over here in Mexico. They live over here in Mexico. They can't cross to the United States anymore. Why? Because they are, apparently they are right now, they got their passports red flag, so they can't cross. We can't cross. There's a person saying, Oscar, we can't control them. Mexico can control what is happening also. That's why we need to come together. Stop blaming people, please. For God's sake, stop blaming. Stop blaming. Stop blaming. Imagine right now if I started blaming people in Tapachula. Why are the citizens of Tapachula not doing anything, man? They don't. No, we need to support, encourage people. Wake up. wake up and stop this invasion from moving forward. So the caravan, going back to the main subject, the caravan was right here in Ciudad Hidalgo, was moving to Huehuetan, right here at the next municipal park, and then they're trying to go to Huixla. But as they're getting detained and the caravan is getting dismantled, they're trying to go up to Motocintla, that is right here in the jungle, and then go down. From there, they're trying to move to Mapastepec. From Huixla, move to Mapastepec, and from there, it's really easy to get all the way to San Pedro Tapanatepec, that they're already awaiting for them, like they were awaiting for them last time with buses so they can move to Tijuana. Now, all of them, at the moment, all of them are saying, we want to go to Tijuana. But as soon as they start moving up, and as soon as they start going up north, they realize that in Arizona is real easy, that in Texas is real easy, that all those parts is real easy to cross. So the caravan gets a little bit dismantled by how they're coming, So let me see if we get communication with Beto right now, so we can talk to him. Apparently the light went off. The light went off in Monterey, where he's at, and electricity went off. They have a power problem over there in Monterey, and I'm trying to send them a message. What he just told me is that this Luis Villagran guy and this Bartolo Fuentes guy, they are extremely, they have the power of moving masses of people, like we have seen in the past caravan. These people need to be stopped and need to be held accountable. Now, let us talk to Beto and immediately and get the information that we need. Real quick, he's having power problems right now, and he's having difficulty with communication problems. The weather over there is really bad. So let us just ask him what is going on and what is happening over there. Bear with me, people. As we are trying to get in communication with Beto Alfa so we can know the specific, more correct update of what is happening over there with the next caravan of Central America. Let's call right now. See if we can get communication with him. He's having problems with communication. Okay, let me call him on the phone. Probably is better on the mobile. Hold on a second, people, for a minute. Hold on a minute, please. We're having communications with him. We're having connection problems with him. That is a problem they got over there in Monterey with the weather. And he's saying that it's cutting in and out. That's what he's saying, it's cutting in and out. Hopefully, if we get better communication with him, we will actually get in contact with him so we can understand what's the reality of the problem. Now, we were trying to talk to Carlos, but he's asleep. He's been working since 1 o'clock in the morning, and he was extremely tired. And he apparently he is going to talk to us, later on tomorrow, and probably I will have an interview with him on Monday. On Monday, I'll have an interview with him on Monday on my YouTube program that is going to be on Mondays for everybody to know. On YouTube, I will be live from Monday to Friday at 6 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time. 6 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time. For everybody to know, I will be having, a program every day from Monday to Friday at YouTube from 6 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time. I will have an interview with Beto Alfa probably on Monday. Also with Carlos Mejia Lopez, I will have an interview with him. And also possibly I will have an interview with Political Avenger, so we can get, everything that we need to know about what is happening. Now, also we will have clips during the week about information about the caravan, investigate Bartolo Fuentes, investigate Luis Villagrán, get clips and audio so we can understand who they are and we can understand how and where they've been at. Now, I have them over here in my city. I have them over here in Tijuana. I have them over here in Tijuana. Nobody has done nothing to them. Also, I interviewed Irineo Mujica. 3 times I have interviewed Irineo Mujica. And Irineo Mujica, he plays the victim all the time. He doesn't give us an accurate response of what is really happening. He plays the victim like, immigrants are suffering. And he goes and on and on and on about, they are suffering, they're suffering, they need help. That is their response for everything. They're suffering. So I will come back later on tonight if I can get communication with Beto Alfa, so we can get, better communication with Beto Alfa, and he can give us an update, a little bit of, an update of what is really happening. In Tapachula. He has another contact. I have another contact. We share information with each other. So questions that people want to ask, I'm right here. I'm right here for you guys to ask. Whatever questions you guys want to ask, I'm right here. Oscar needs to be a Mexican Fox correspondent. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Por ese halago, like we say in Mexico. Thank you so much. This is our fire season. It's not planned. Yes, well done, Oscar. Thank you. Jane Ellen Melcher. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Also, Kim Regina, someone just said Beto Alfa is doing a live right now. Yes, he's doing a live at YouTube. He already pre-recorded the live, so he just uploads the live. But the communication problems that we're having is with his phone. It's not with his, with the web. It's with his phone. Just power and cell Wi-Fi still in areas of Cali. Yes. Fox News correspondent. Thank you so much. Jennifer Pacheco Jimenez, the governor has signed a legislation requiring PG&E and Southern Edition to turn off power and the CP. Oh, no, that is bad. That is bad. Okay, let me get a little bit more questions. If you guys want to ask a question, I'm right here for you guys before I go. And I will try to get, communication with later on with Carlos Mejia Lopez so we can talk for a little bit. And we can talk for a little bit and we can give an update for every single one of you guys. Questions that you guys have. Oscar, you're amazing. You're greatly appreciated. Thanks so much, Ms. Beth Kennedy. Mexico is acting great, but they need to get out of the pact. Oh, yes, I absolutely agree with you. And thank you for the great. Hopefully it will be and continue to defend, greatly, but they're doing their job. Let's not give them too much butter, like we say over here. They're doing their job. That is it. I'm not glorifying what they're doing. Why? Because we shouldn't be having this problem. We shouldn't. We should not be having this problem. The reality check, people, is that we shouldn't have this problem. Really. So if we shouldn't have this problem, why are we glorifying something that is their job? I appreciate your comment, really. I really appreciate it, but it's not glorifying their what they're doing. Mexico is acting okay. Is Mexico prepared with housing these people in case they come through? In Tijuana, they're not. But believe me, as we talked about, the 5,000 shelter that they're trying to build by the United Nations, funded by the United Nations, that will push this agenda even more. Are the immigrants going through the avocado farms? If so, that's trouble. They're going to whatever route there is. Believe me, when I was in Tapachula, there's a lot of farms of banana, avocado, lime, oranges. The resources, it's unbelievable over there. So they're going through all the routes that they need to go around and to get to Wixla. Are the immigrants going through avocado? Okay. Oscar, have they located any large ships in the Gulf of Mexico of loading immigrants in small boats? I don't know that. The only thing that I can tell you is that we do have the information. I've been giving you guys information for, I think in the past 8 months. I told you how they were getting in through the Gulf of Mexico. Remember, I put a large map, and I was doing a live video explaining how they were coming from the continent of Africa, going to Europe, and then ship and going on boats all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Now, they've been doing that for months now. They've been doing that, probably for years. Now, we don't know exactly who and which companies and which boat companies are there doing it. Now, that's, another investigative reporting that we need to do, and it will be great if we can go to the Gulf of Mexico and experience it by ourselves. But let us see how we can go there later on. You can have Sheepsmith's jump, okay. Oscar is our news correspondent in Mexico. We're on news now. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the info and your passion. Thank you so much, Kelly Murray. Thank you so much. You're really appreciated. Paul Scotland, you should be on InfoWars. If you want to be on InfoWars, probably aren't going to get shut down. InfoWars is a great news station. Are you safe there with all these people coming in? We've been safe here. We've been safe here. There's a lot of Mexican nationalists that we defend exactly the same purpose and the same agenda. So we've been safe here for a little while, and we are planning to be safe still. And also, we know a lot of people that it can help us out with that kind of particular situation. Let us see right here. Thank you so much, Shirley Schaefer. Also, my PayPal is right there on the bottom. If you want to cooperate and contribute to my work, thank you so much. I'm not putting a gun to nobody else's pocket, but there's my PayPal if you guys want to contribute to my work. Thank you so much. Who is Beto Alfa? Beto Alfa is another independent journalist from Mexico. He has a huge following. He's really young, really intelligent and noticeable. And he helps a lot to get communication from all parts of the country. Also, Gilberto Lozano y tú solo dicen la verdad clara y contundente. Ana Sofía Maldonado, te mando un abrazo, Ana Sofía, muchas gracias. Oscar, please spell the names of the Chicago traffickers. I will email the President Trump with the info he can send to the FBI and CIA or someone. Okay, I will send you a message later on, Ms. Mary. Teresa Carroll saying, you said Africans going back, not going to continue in the caravan anymore. And TT, no. This is what is happening. Africans, there are a few of them in the caravan. They're just returning them back to the immigration center in Siglo XXI, that is Ciudad Hidalgo, where I was at. So they're returning them to the immigration center. They're not deporting them. They're telling them, if you don't go back and we arrest you, you're going to get deported. So immediately they're backing up and they're going back, because the immigration officers and the National Guard say, if you guys start with your little riots right here, we're going to pick every single one of you and we're going to deport you. So practically what they're doing is pushing them back so they can go and wait for the visa transit. Okay. They were staying in motels. Okay, Oscar, do you feel things will get worse with all these people coming in, or do you feel there is hope? I already told you guys that this is going to get more stronger. I already told every single one of you guys since I started in January, saying I started. We're going to make. We're going to on a 1 year anniversary now on doing the coverage for the caravan. I started on the 13th of October. Today is what? Today I believe is the. I think is the 12th today. I don't know which day is it, but it's almost going to be a year. Now, in January, I started saying this is going to get worse. Why? Because we knew that our president, as soon as he got into office on December, we thought that he was going to put the National Guard to control it, and he didn't do anything. He started inviting them. So now we know that he's a globalist and he wants open borders. So I told every single one of you guys, this is not going to get nice. It's going to get worse. And as a year has gone by, we have seen that it hasn't been controlled like we want to. It has been controlled a little bit. The entrance to the United States has decreased, and the entrance, since the tariff was implemented and they sent the National Guard to Tapachula and to all those places, it has decreased, but it continues as we are watching right now. As we are watching, a caravan is being dismantled again. So is it getting better or worse? If it was getting better, there wouldn't be no caravans. There wouldn't be no Africans rioting in the immigration centers. There wouldn't be no trafficking of children. All these organizations from Pueblos Sin Fronteras in Chicago will be dismantled. And all these shelters that they're trying to build over here by the United Nations, 5,000 people shelter, and peoples all over and shelters all over the borders, they will stop. So is it going to get better? No, it's not. They're trying to push this globalist agenda for open borders. Just so you know. Okay. I thought the cartels warned them. They warn to stop through the sea. And the people from the caravan, they were afraid to move forward if they were going to get stopped by the government and get deported. Now, a warning does not tell you not to do it. A warning is just a warning. They can tell me, don't go there, and I can still go and not care and provoke and see what's going to happen. Now, what does that tell you about people? That people are not afraid. That they were lying that they were afraid. That they were lying that they were not going to move. That they played this card, like they've been playing this card and lying to people and telling us that they're not going to move, that they're not going to be rioting, that they are going to be peaceful, that they're going to migrate, from the south, and they're going to migrate peacefully and document it. They've been lying, and they've been continue to lie, and they're continue to lie. So what is it? This threat tells you that they don't care. They're going to continue to move. That is the bad thing about it. Thank you for sharing your work. Thank you so much, Mary Jones. Lupe Lebri. Oscar, are citizens of Mexico allowed to own or have guns for protection, or are the cartels the only ones? Well, it's real easy to get a gun over here, but it's illegal to carry a gun. Now, to carry a gun, you need a lot of permissions. You need to go to Sedena, that is an organization to practice gun. Also, you need to have your military card and a lot of permits. So it's kind of difficult to get it. Okay. Let me read another more question. AMLO firmó el pacto migratorio en 2018 y les entregó la soberanía al país. Búscalo en internet y léelo porque no conformé con regalarle dinero a El Salvador. Ya lo sé eso. Le está respondiendo Ana Sofía. Le está respondiendo a alguien. Sí, gracias por hacer ese trabajo por mí. Let's see, what else? What other questions we have? Let's see if we got another question before I go. I just answer your question, Danielle Marie. Let me see another question. I have a lot of comments, but you guys are, talking to each other. So you do a great job, Oscar. Miss Sherry, thank you so much. The left is trying to take out the guns. Oh, yeah. In your country, yeah. Thank you for the update, Oscar. Appreciate all you do. Thank you so much. Kim Piner says, okay, you're replying. Linda Lacassi says, the darn Democrats are causing so much trouble that our president is so overworked. Yeah, but he has a lot of energy. So, I know that he's going to keep on doing a great job. Let me see if we can get 5 minutes of Carlos right here. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get Carlos right now. Apparently he's up. He just answered me a message. Thank you so much for your donations. Thank you so much. They're greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for contributing to my work. We are going to try to see if Carlos is available to talk, to discuss what is happening in the state of Chiapas. Let's see if he's available to talk. And if he is, we will have him right now online so he can explain to us what is happening. Let's see if he can have a minute. So meanwhile, he's answering. Let me see if I can answer some questions. My glasses, I forgot my glasses. I'm sorry, I apologize. So my sight gets a little bit tired. So let's see if he has a minute of his time. Canada have to build their own wall. Well, Canada has a lot of problems also with Trudeau, and that is a huge problem that he has with Trudeau. So, let's see if Canada will fix their problems because they are also in the International Pact of Immigration. It will be a quick update with Carlos. He's saying okay. So let us call Carlos right now. Let us call Carlos and hear the update by Carlos. Muy buenas tardes, Carlos. Muy buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo te va?
¿Cómo estás? Saludos aquí a todo el público americano que te aprecia muchísimo, Carlos. Aquí te están escuchando y están muy preocupados por ti. Voy a traducir lo que te acabo de decir, ¿ok? He's saying hi to everybody, and I'm saying that everybody in America appreciates what he's doing, and everybody in America appreciates his work. and that American people are really concerned about his safety. Carlos, ¿te gustaría mandarle un saludo a toda la gente americana que te está viendo ahorita?
Hola, ¿qué tal? A toda la gente de Estados Unidos, de esta frontera sur de México, la frontera sur que colinda con Centroamérica.
He's saying hi to everybody, you know, from all the way from the south of Tapachula. That is the border that connects with Guatemala. Carlos, pregunta rápida, nomás te voy a robar 5 minutitos de tu tiempo porque sé que andas cansadísimo y andas ya cansado y harto con todo lo que está sucediendo. ¿Qué está pasando? Supuestamente no iban a salir, salieron 2,000 y tantos, y ahorita al parecer la Guardia Nacional los está deteniendo en la parte de, al parecer escuché por ahí, Huehuetán, no sé si estoy con lo correcto.
Efectivamente, Blue, el día de hoy a las 4 de la mañana con 40 minutos salieron más de 2,000 migrantes, en su mayoría centroamericanos. Te había comentado que se hablaba que saldrían los extracontinentales. Sin embargo, no se reunió las personas que tenían contemplado y solo salieron 2,000, en su mayoría centroamericanos.
He's saying, yes, I asked him, you know, the caravan was supposed to be full with Africans, is supposed to leave, and change of plans. You know, they continued the caravan with 2,000 people. He's saying, yes, around 4 o'clock in the morning, they continue with apparently 2,000 people, the majority of Central America. I asked him if they're getting detained, as I was explaining to you in Huehuetán. He's saying yes. And the status right now, el estatus ahorita, Carlos, ¿cómo está la situación? ¿Los están regresando? ¿Sí los están deteniendo? ¿O cómo está la situación?
Efectivamente, Oscar, déjame comentarte que no se podía detener, no se podía asegurar a los migrantes en el momento que salían porque se iba a generar un conflicto. Dejaron que caminaran 40 kilómetros desde Tapachula hasta Tuzantán, en el municipio de Tuzantán, sobre la carretera costera. Bueno, ahí se implementó el operativo coordinado por el Instituto de Migración con la Guardia Nacional y la Policía Federal.
He's saying yes, that effectively they couldn't stop the caravan from where they were starting because they didn't want to create no conflict. As I was telling you guys, they let them walk so they will get tired. And on Tuzantán, that is a part on the coast, that is where the operation started, and that is where they got detained. And they are returning them back. La mayoría los están regresando, Carlos, a todos.
Mira, se aseguró alrededor de 800 personas de las 2,000. Sin embargo, otro grupo optó por regresar caminando y no entregarse a migración. No lograron pasar. El operativo a las 7 de la noche continuaba hasta el municipio de Huixtla, asegurando a todos los migrantes que buscaban llegar al centro del país. Se desintegró esta nueva caravana que salió el día de hoy.
Bendecido, qué buena noticia, ¿no, Carlos? Qué buena noticia.
Efectivamente, mira, no hay nada, resulta ahí la Comisión Nacional de los Derechos Humanos, la Comisión Internacional de los Derechos Humanos, este operativo que para las autoridades fue un éxito. Sin embargo, sobre los terrenos donde se implementó este operativo, bueno, se dieron al varios. Sin embargo, el operativo continúa. No van a poder pasar que en Cerro Gordo, municipio de Comatitlán, hay un retén de el ISO,
Déjame traducir, Carlitos, porque se me van. I just asked them, what is the status? Listen here, people. He just told us that out of the 2,800 migrants, they already assured them, 800 of them, a lot of them took the option of returning back. That this is great. And the caravan continued to Huixtla, and the caravan has been stopped and dismantled. So the majority of them are being returned back. All of them are being returned back to siglo XXI. Muchísimas gracias, Carlos. No te quito muchísimo tu tiempo, no te quito tu tiempo. Para la gente, ahorita les voy a decir, la gente que te quiera ayudar allá por tu trabajo, para que pongas ahí tu PayPal para que la gente que te quiera ayudar y sobre todo que quiera cooperar con el trabajo de Carlos Mejía López. Thank you so much. I'm saying thank you to Carlos, and for people who want to contribute to his work over there in Tapachula, you can go to his page, ATN Noticias in Tapachula, and you know, contribute to his work. He's doing magnificent work. He's a great person. He's a great colleague, and he's a great journalist. Muchas gracias, Carlitos. Un mensaje que le quieras mandar a la gente de Estados Unidos.
Bueno, pues aquí desde esta frontera sur continuamos, gracias por darme este espacio hasta la ciudad de Tijuana, y nosotros estamos aquí en esta frontera sur, al pie del cañón, dando la información sobre lo que es estas caravanas de migrantes. Se supone que es la última. Que por la Guardia Nacional, que bueno por las diferentes corporaciones policíacas que han participado en este operativo. Saludos desde esta frontera sur, Oscar El Blue.
Gracias, Dios te bendiga, Carlos. Te hablo en un momento más.
Buenas noches.
Wow. Good job. Great job. Great job. National Guard has stopped the caravan. It got dismantled, people. As we were talking to, as I was explaining to you guys a few moments ago, Carlos is it's a journalist in Tapachula, and we have visited him 2 times. He has helped us a lot with information in Tapachula, and he just told us right now that the caravan got dismantled. Different organizations from the government stopped the caravan, and we stopped the caravan. We stopped the caravan. So the caravan is moving back. That is the information that is given us. As I was explaining to you earlier, they didn't stop them at first because they didn't want to go into conflict, but there's strategies to stop them. And the strategy is that they let them walk from here to here. So they will get tired, and then they will push them back. They will push them back to the immigration of siglo XXI to wait for their visas of transit so they can do everything legally. Not only that, a lot of them, they didn't stop here. They pushed to Wixla, the place that I told you that it was really difficult to get them out. He just told me that the government has pushed them back, and they assured on this place, Huehuetan, more than 800, and the caravan got stopped completely in Wixla. So the caravan is dismantled, people. That is excellent and great news for everybody to know. Thank God for the National Guard, have done an excellent and beautiful job. This is great news for everybody. Thank you to Carlos for the information. It is an excellent information for everybody. Thank you so much for the waiting, so we can get the news from Carlos himself. You know, I've been talking to him since 3 o'clock in the morning, people. Since 3 o'clock in the morning, my time, that is 5 o'clock in the morning, his time, and he's been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. And we've been talking since 3 o'clock in the morning, messaging and talking on voice messages. And he's explaining to me what is going on and what is happening and where they're going and how they're coming about in different parts of the city, in different parts of the state. And now, you know, he took a nap, he woke up, and he gives me this incredible news. It's amazing. Thank you, National Guard of Mexico. Gracias, mil gracias por proteger a nuestro país. Thank you so much. Thank you for protecting our country. You kept your word, National Guard, and now it's your obligation to protect us. It's not a job. It's your obligation. your obligation. It's not a job. It's your obligation to protect us for more people that they want to come. And in this fashion, and if they want to disrupt, and if they want to create riots, and if they want to create violence in our country, let them know that our land needs to be respected. Our land needs to be, they need to obey our immigration laws. And we need to start respecting also as Mexican citizens, the United States. We need to respond and we need to respect. And also we need to not to be a double standard citizen. We need to respect that country, and the country of the United States needs to respect us and be united and as friends and neighbors as we have always been. So that is great news for everybody to hear. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. I want to close the program with that. Probably I will have Beto Alfa on Monday in the morning so he can give us information about Luis Villagran and Bartolo Fuentes, the two human traffickers that they were leading. They were trying to lead this caravan that they got dismantled. Thank God for that. Thank you so much for being with me. And also want to contribute to my work. There's my PayPal. God bless you all. Thank you so much. And it's a great Saturday with great news. Let's celebrate our sovereignty and our freedom still. Our freedom still as we are fighting against socialism and communism. God bless everybody. Stay safe. And always remember, peace and love, everybody, because always your country is first.